topics?
Since when do you make a list of topics?
I thought it'd be fun.
Ooh, intriguing. Well, hello, everybody.
Wait,
Hello.
are we recording?
I don't know. I pressed the record button now. They're recording, and now this is American Groove, a Lost in the Groove segment with your host, Dave Lennon, and yours truly,
Carissa.
Hey, all right. So you're two stoners here for an hour. So sit back, relax, get your bongs, joints, wine, and illegal drugs whenever you're ready. So, without further ado, let's do this. So you said earlier that you had a list of different topics, and we were talking about this
I didn't know
before.
that you were going to start the podcast already because, I don't know. I haven't located my lighter, which is an issue.
Honey, we don't need a time to record. We just record when we need to record. You know.
Yeah, but you hit start. Oh, lighter. Okay, what else was I freaking out about?
Well, you were freaking out about. Do you have enough? Okay. So for all you ladies and gents and non-binary wonderful people out there, we are a stoner podcast. So that means that we consume cannabis here on this wonderful show, and generally that means 1 or 2 joints. So, do you have your joint? You have your joint?
1 or 2
good.
joints. I'm rolling. Are you talking to me? I don't know if you're talking to the crowd or if you're talking to me, David.
No, honey. We're talking to each other.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Everyone. You're talking to everyone, me and the crowd.
And the audience. Yes, our groovy fans.
I still never found my list, which I guess is it's okay, but it's gonna bother me. It's like
so
one of those.
I remember.
I could rewrite the list down now.
You could definitely do that, and that would be very appreciated. I do know that I mentioned that tomorrow is the memorial for my dad because it's been 3 years since he's passed. Well, I didn't want to talk about it, but
here you are
talking about it, and then we were going to talk about Barbie. There's a new Barbie movie that's coming out, and I recently saw the commercial. I actually saw it Thursday night. I came home. I did some podcasting work, and when I was chilling on the couch, I opened up TikTok, and there it was. And I was like, that's Margot Robbie, and it's a Barbie movie. And they all look creepy. They all look like they're on drugs. And I'm like, this looks really good. So
they all look like they're on drugs.
They all look like they're on drugs.
If we're going to talk about movies, I want to point out that I haven't really heard any reviews for Cocaine Bear.
Ooh.
Have you talked to anybody who has seen Cocaine Bear?
I have not. I totally forgot about Cocaine Bear, and I need to see this.
My nephew is 7, and they took my nephew to a movie. He's not 7; he's older than that. But they took him to a movie that was age appropriate or whatever. But then there's the poster in the hallway in the movie theater, and it says Cocaine Bear. And it's got the bear, and kids love bears. And so my nephew was running up and down the movie theater hallway, not running, but he was just Cocaine Bear. And it's really funny to see my nephew say Cocaine Bear. I don't know. He was like, Cocaine Bear.
See,
yesterday's... Did you hear the stories about the Cocaine Bear? And I'm like, oh my God, it's my nephew saying the word cocaine. This is insane.
You see yesterday's kids saying the word poop. It was a bad word.
We couldn't say crap. It was a big deal.
But now kids can say words such as vagina and penis and clitoris.
I mean, what's wrong with that?
No, there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying there's a lot more vocabulary that's allowed to children. Fuck will be coming to kids shortly, once most of the left and the woke have finished with our children in the next 10 or 15 years.
Somebody will start to say that we need to become more woke about the fact that children should be allowed to use profanity, and that it's some type of it's unfair to the children to monitor what they say. They should be able to swear just like us. I'm just coming up with some crazy ass idea.
I I think that having having some type of restriction, especially when it comes to profanity, because look, I say fuck, all the time, especially on this show, and it's because
Fuck. Sorry, go on.
yeah, yeah, we keep doing this. But the thing is, it when you're in certain settings around certain people, if you're in a church, there is no, it's true. There's like limitations
Yeah.
of what you can say,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
allowing
Oh.
kids allow kids to say whatever they want. I don't think it's. I don't know. I don't think that's a very.
Oh, no, it was a joke. I'm not with it. But I mean, like, we started swearing in, like, 6th grade. I remember we were, like, jumping on my
With the
friend's
trailer
train.
people.
No.
No
No.
trailer people?
Maybe. I don't remember trailer
Maybe a few
people.
trailer people.
What the fuck are you talking about? Um,
I kid. I kid. I
there's a
kid.
girl that I went to school with, her name is Lindsay Kiesling. Shout out. You taught me how to swear. I believe I said my first swear words when I was with you. We used to jump on the trampoline, and she was like, "Look, like when you jump up in the air, you're like up so high in the air that no one can hear you if you swear. So like it's like a safe place to like say a swear word and like be naughty." And I was like, "Oh, cool." So I like jumped and I like jumped really high up in the air and I was like, "Ass." And then like came back down and I was like, "Did you hear it?" And they were like, "No, what'd you say?" And I was like, "I said ass."
Ass.
And then, like, she, like, jumped and she was, like, up in the air and she's like, "Bitch."
Bitch.
It was so funny. We had a lot of fun that night.
I am
And
currently looking for a lighter because I have the joint,
right? I
but
won't
no
even
lighter.
I won't even, like, start the podcast without the lighter. Like, I'm like, "Nope. We have to wait." I've been
All
eating
right.
jelly beans all week long.
Okay.
Everybody who's talked to me all week has had to deal with me with jelly beans in my mouth.
Give me a sec. Hold on. We'll be right back. Hold on. Hold on. Hold
You're
on.
Fuego now? You got your lighter now?
My fuego? Yes, I have my fuego.
El fuego?
Well, for most people, we just I don't know. It's just us talking. But anyway, yeah, I got my
What do you
lighter, and
mean what do you mean most people?
most people, when you smoke a joint, need a lighter to be able to smoke it. I was making a joke because all people need a lighter to smoke a joint, not most people. All people. That's how you smoke a joint.
All people need
All
lighters
people a lighter for a joint. Um, but
or
yeah,
some
I'm
type of
finished.
fuego.
Yes.
Okay, so he's gotten together his things. So have I.
Ooh.
This is my frisbee. Look, that like changed the sound of my voice. Oh.
Ah, whoa.
I've been singing a lot.
So have I.
What
Breaking
I
a lot of
was
glasses. Yeah.
singing "Hey Jude" in a lot of different voices. I can't even do it anymore. You remember when we were on the phone earlier and I was like, "Hey Jude." Just keep like saying it
Well,
and
my
I'm like,
favorite ones to do is like David Bowie, Life on Mars. It's a god awful small of fat. Like the just like,
"Ah."
you know,
Yeah, no, his voice gets really like I don't even
with the
know,
girl
Bowie.
with the mousy ha. You know?
Ah,
Ha,
yeah, it's
ha,
mousy hair.
ma.
Hair. Yeah,
Oh,
um,
I love those, and you have fun with that too. Like it's just a fun like singing exercise.
have you heard of this band called Greta Von Fleet?
Have you heard of my shtickle don toes?
So you haven't?
No,
Yeah. I don't know, somebody played it for me recently, and they were saying that it was a lot like
joking.
Led Zeppelin, and I was like,
Ooh,
I don't know, because like, Led Zeppelin also has this, like, really, really unhinged feeling, and they were like, "This is unhinged," and I was like, "It sounds kinda curated, but also, like, curated into an
so
unhinged sound."
for people that because this is the thing about Lost in the Groove, Led Zeppelin, if you listen to their later albums, they they had a weird they had like a weird journey, because we joke about this because they're kind of like the Lord of the Rings. I kind of view like their last albums to be like Mordor. It's like the end.
Well,
And then you,
they used lyrics. I mean, some of their lyrics are from Lord of the Rings and, like, different writings that he did, like, some of their
but I could
lyrics.
totally get what you're saying. Like with their music, it's like it's unhinged.
It's
It's
wild.
it's wild. It's if you listen to their last two albums, I don't remember their names, but I have them.
Well,
They're
they
in
didn't go on, sorry.
they're nut girl, they're nutso. You'd think like these people were on who knows what, who knows where, who knows why.
I can't claim to know, but what I think I know and what I like about Led Zeppelin is that it didn't seem like they were making music that they thought that people would like. It
Oh,
seemed like they
absolutely
were
not.
making the music that they wanted to make, which I like that, but one of my favorite songs is No Quarter. Um, have you heard that one?
No quarter. No.
What the fuck does no quarter mean?
I don't
Like,
know, but I know that if you throw a penny down the street, you'll get a flock of Jews running after it.
excuse me, David.
Very racist Jewish joke, but you brought up money and I had to. Listen, for my
Uh,
people, for my people, I do this.
well, I wanna know what no quarter means. I know it's, like, some old, like,
Okay.
term
All
from,
right.
like.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna open up the handy dandy because we don't have any editors or anything like that because we're fucking broke and poor and we can't afford any of that.
Well,
So
we
I'm
just
gonna
do
Google
stuff
that.
randomly, yeah,
Um,
this is a random idea that I had. So, I
what
watched
does
the
no quarter
John
mean?
Wick movie last night, and the
No
newest.
spoilers.
No, I can't spoil anything. I watched John
Oh,
Wick Chapter 4, and
ooh.
they use the term "no quarter."
Okay, so you
What does
ready?
it mean? Yeah, what's it mean?
So the phrase "no quarter" was generally used during the military conflict to imply combatants would not be taken prisoner but killed. According to some modern American dictionaries, a person who is given no quarter is not treated kindly, end of quote, or quote, treated in a very harsh way, end of quote. So it's a lot worse than I thought. It has nothing to do with money. So my apologies to my 12 tribes, my brothers. Um, but damn, if
Well, okay, yeah, say it again.
so basically if you're labeled as no quarter, that means you dead, honey. That means that you be pickled, fried, butchered, hung, stripped.
Read it again. What's it
Okay.
say?
The phrase no quarter was generally used during the military conflict to imply competence who would not be taken prisoner but killed. According to some modern American dictionaries, a
Okay, that's
person.
fine. I feel like what it's saying is, like, if you're a person that is, like, an accomplice to the person that loses, you're killed too. So, like, like, it's like no fucking nobody survives. Like, like, kill the alliances of your enemies. I'm pretty intense, yeah.
No, well, it's kind of the same idea of when you got the black spot or the black dot. It was a way of you had a red laser dot on your head, modern day terms.
What are you
That's what
talking about?
well, it used to be in the days of the pirates because this is kind of where no quarter comes from. It comes from those military days, from what I can read here. Um, it's
I
I
don't know
think
what type of military they're talking about. It
they
could
probably
be
refer. They're
back to, like,
probably
fucking Roman times for
no,
all
they're
we know.
probably referring to about like 200 or 300 years ago
No, dude, it
during.
sounds like some, like, weird, like, Robin Hood shit is what it sounds like.
Well, from what
Sorry.
I can read, from what I can see here, it comes from that time period. But to kind of correlate with pirates and this idea of these labels was the black spot. And if you read a book like Treasure Island, when you got that, that means that you were going to die within a few hours. It means that there was a hit that was put on you and your life was at jeopardy. It's just it's so crazy how like there are these terms that are as old as heck. And
We don't know what they mean, yeah.
no, we don't, because it's kind of been hundreds, thousands of years. Oh, before we smoke our joints, even though it's not the day,
I've already started, I don't really know how to
well,
before
let's
we smoke our joints, I feel like, before we smoke our joints was a minute ago, and now is the
okay,
time that we are smoking our joints.
this is the time that we're smoking our joints. And shout out to Sunburn Cannabis here in South Florida, for the absolutely wonderful cannabis that we have today. This is 14 ounces of ground flower. If you are somebody that is looking for cannabis for good price, affordable, and you don't have a lot of money, check out Sunburn. They got locations out in West Palm and down here in Fort Lauderdale. So, did a little shout out. Not sponsored, but
Yeah,
love their
just
weed.
like so, I mean, before we do the sponsorship thing, we can really just talk about stuff that we fucking love, and it's like great practice. Plus, like that is what we're gonna do once we really place sponsors is talk about things that we love. So why not already get started?
And
I
the thing about
Yeah.
cannabis is that it is an expensive commodity for so many Americans, because of the current stature that cannabis is treated as. And for people like out here, I know you live out in California right now in Los Angeles. Uh, t- to have a dispensary like Sunburn that exists is just absolutely wonderful because they first of all they grow their cannabis here in Florida. They grow it here,
Oh no way.
and they offer local delivery. They have a really great staff, and they really care about their products. And it's a really great way of putting cannabis more in the hands of people that are less fortunate and cannot afford it because of how expensive it is. Like, I listen to this. Like, if you check out Sunbird, I got 2 bags worth of an ounce. So this is 14 grams per bag for $50.
That's insane.
That's
That's so
amazing.
good.
And
Fuck yeah.
they got absolutely amazing deals all the time. And I love that. I love like the idea of a business creating the stature of we're going to make great products, but we're going to be able to take care of our customers. You know what I mean? Like in the end of the day, like this is our business, this is our product. We want to represent you. This got very corporate and marketing very quickly. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. My apologies.
You're fine. I think like you're glad that your dispensary's actually thinking about people and making things like affordable and that's cool. My dispensary's had like really good deals recently too. I think mine is called HHC on Sepulveda. Bomb ass place.
In Van
Love it.
Nuys. Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I mean, they always have options. I feel like they've got a wide range. Like I could spend a shit ton of money or I could spend like hardly anything at all.
And I've been there too. They usually have a great staff. I don't know what their current
Yeah, they do. They got a good staff.
they
A
got a
lot of
good
people
staff.
are still there. Yeah.
And if you walk in there, like I always remember this, and like you tell them like what you want to spend, they will like help you work within that budget. And I love that though. Like we both have dispensaries that like they care about
Mm.
their community. They want to give out good products. At the end of the day, cannabis is a natural product, and you have these people that work in these farms and all of these businesses working so hard. And it's just great. It's just great when it's done when it's done right. That's where
Yeah.
it's at.
I
Hmm.
know. I mean, I wish I had more money, then I wouldn't worry so much about it. I could just freely try things and whatever else. But I'm sure I'd be spending my money on other stuff and I'd still feel like, oh, I wish I had more money for pot. I don't
You know,
know. It's good.
you'd be surprised. There are people that make millions of dollars. I'm like, oh, I wish I could afford the.
Yeah, I know. It's not
There's
fucking
people that are
crazy.
not happy with what they have,
Yeah. I mean, to go back to the Barbie movie, um,
which was
I I
ages ago. Yeah.
I find it interesting that they chose actors that are so much older. Like actors that are like my age or older than me.
Well, I don't under I'm still very conflicted about the plot of the film. It seems like a creepy version of Barbie, but yet
Does it need a plot?
I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I don't.
Like, did the Flintstones movie need a plot? It's just people wanna see a Flintstones movie.
It's just weird when you take cartoon and you create live action. Whenever you have something that's like not in the physical world from the beginning, and then you create a live action version of it.
Yeah. I don't like the Barbie cartoons that they have on television for kids. They're really awful. From what I saw, the Barbies are, like, not nice, and they talk, like, really, like, dramatically and stuff, and it's just, like, not good for kids.
No, well, it's all about kind of the culture around it because Barbie is all about the glamour and the expensive accessories and the pink car and the house and the other characters and the limited edition. The thing about these toy companies is they're all about this monopoly that they can pull in money from other places. So not just selling things to kids, but also selling things to adults.
But
So
yeah.
they don't really I don't want to sound cross, but they don't really care about kids necessarily. They just care about making their profits.
Uh, well, I mean, like, they make kids' toys. They made the things that I wanted, like, when I was a kid, we played with Barbies a lot growing up.
I played with dolls when I was a kid. I
I
loved
had a lot of
dolls.
yeah, I had a lot of Barbies that were my sister's Barbies, and then I had friends that had Barbies, and we'd play with, all of them, and then I'd get my own Barbies too. And Barbies were pretty cheap, like, not all Barbies are cheap, but, like, there was, like, a cheap option when it came to a Barbie, like, there was always, like, a Barbie that was, like, 4.99, 6.99 or something, like, just, like, in a single little, case with, like, one little outfit. And then there were, like, little packs of outfits that were, like, really, really cheap. You get, like, 3 outfits for, like, less than $5.
Hey, where was
And
this?
when I was young, it'd be, like, at the grocery store, like, in the aisle there, there'd be, like, just, like, one single little Barbie, and you could buy, like, Ken, and, I mean, I loved it. I loved the outfits. They started getting really creative with the Barbies when I was around, like, 4th grade. And back when I was young, they had not really come out with a whole lot of other things yet, like,
Well, it wasn't the
we didn't have, like,
Bratz.
Brat dolls or anything
No,
like
I
that. Yeah, we had
remember
Polly
Bratz.
Pocket. I like Polly Pocket.
Yeah, Polly Pocket was really cool, and they had well, Cabbage Patch was kind of out. Nobody was
Yeah,
really.
we hadn't I didn't use it anymore. My sisters were more the Cabbage Patch era. I was older. I mean, I played a lot of video games, like, me and my friend were just talking about, like, Super Mario, Nintendo 64.
Yeah, same. I used to
Do you
play.
remember Yeah, go on.
I remember Nintendo 64. Well, I hated Super Mario 64 because I never could get over the lava pit. You know the part where there's
Is
the
this
lava.
the one with the paintings where
Yes. Yeah,
he's
the
in the
jumps into the paint.
castle?
Yeah.
Okay, what was with the lava pit? I feel like I don't remember getting stuck on a lava pit.
Okay, so when you towards there was a part where there was a bridge and there was like tons of lava and you have to
Mhm.
like figure out a way of like getting through. And then there's a part where you have to like jump over. But the thing that people don't understand is when we were kids, this was considered great quality. Okay.
Mhm.
This was like the top end of gaming that we saw. It was so cool to like
Well,
jump into
there was other stuff that was really good too at the time, but yeah, that was
yeah,
that
there
was
was oh my god, there was Mario Kart. Um
well, Halo was out.
Halo came out in the 2000s, but I remember there was
What?
GTA. I played Need for Speed, which was one of my favorite games.
Well, the first Halo had come out, and then there was, like, some PlayStation games that had, like, some pretty good graphics on it too.
So for me, like I never played the PlayStation cuz I played with a PlayStation 2. We never had I don't know why, but when I mainly played video games, I played mainly on a GameCube, Nintendo 64, and PlayStation 2. PlayStation 3 was later on.
Well, what was different about the Nintendo Mario, like, what was different about Mario on 64 was that it wasn't, like, side scrolling. It was like you'd go in and, like, run around the world,
Yeah, and
which was, like, very different.
yeah, and like things were like there was 3D objects.
Yeah. It
Was
was really
so
cool.
it was really cool.
I had a lot of fun on that game.
It's really amazing how just the shift of the way of entertainment, because for us the way that we kept ourselves entertained, like I remember as a kid our entertainment was, I loved comic books. I loved comic books, and you'd find the group that liked the comic books, and uh there was people that were into the video games. It's like you could sneak out and play games together. And I don't under I maybe I don't understand today's society. Maybe we can't really understand today's society, but we can see how much it is advanced to, like, now a game that is 3D looks just as real as the two of us doing this, which is
Kinda.
crazy. Yeah.
I've seen some that look kinda like that. I don't know, I really wanna go to the new Mario movie. Here, I wanna find my vape pen too.
Well, so recently there was I'm looking it up right now. There was a game or that came out recently that had this like crazy AI generator on
You
it.
love this kind of shit.
I love this
You're always
fucking
telling me about AIs. I'm like, "I hate this." I don't like
what?
it. I don't like the idea of an AI. That's just me. I'm older.
You'll get
My
used to
parents
it,
I
honey.
don't
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming to take all of us. Okay.
I don't think that my parents like it either. I think I'm just old.
I think we're all old.
Okay, so you
Uh,
wanna tell me about some game? Is that what are you
well,
telling
I'm
me about?
trying to find it.
I've got munchies.
I think it's Resident Evil 4. I think
Oh,
so.
beautiful.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it's that. Oh my, or bright. Wow, it's Coral. It's just insane of how advanced technology has gotten. Where you can play a game and you're like, this is was real. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
it,
yeah. The Resident Evil games in the beginning were scary as fuck. I remember watching my sister's husband was boyfriend at the time play Resident Evil when it came out, and it
you
was
weren't
like
allowed to play
watching
it.
I wasn't I mean,
Mm-mm.
I could my parents didn't know what I was doing, so I was over at my sister's house. There was no, like, "You're allowed to play it or not." I didn't really play it too much. It would give me anxiety because you'd be, like, in a hallway and, like, it felt like real time. Like, it felt like, "Oh my god, I only have this much time to go through my weapons and pick out what I need before these fuckers get down the hallway and I have to kill them all." You know, like it really felt like and I remember like wanting to win. Like we were like me and because my sister, she was in school all the time. So here I am just hanging out with her boyfriend and he'd be at home just playing Resident Evil and it was wonderful. I loved it so much cuz I wasn't going to play Resident Evil myself, so it was great to just like play it with him. But those games are wonderful. Like the first couple Resident Evils are really exceptional graphics that were scary. I mean, I was
Wow.
young, but it
Oh
was
my
scary.
god. You got to see these graphics on this. Damn, I should pull this up. Hold on.
It was cool.
Damn. It just goes to show you like the levels of advancement. Where if something is meant to happen, it'll happen. If it's
Those
not,
man, I mean, they work really hard on that shit.
they really do. And I had a friend that was a game designer, and he said that as the years has progressed and new programs have been designed and new graphics chips and new processing power, they're able to design these insane amount of games. But the issue is artificial intelligence might take away their jobs.
That sucks.
It
I
really does.
I wanna see the new Nintendo movie, but I wanna see it they have this, like, 4D movie theater
Oh my god.
where your chair, like, moves around and you're, like, in the fucking movie.
Wah!
Phew! Phew! Oh my
Gesundheit.
good god. I don't think I've sneezed like that on the podcast
Well,
before,
it's
so
good, honey. It adds a little bit of special effect.
Oh,
Adds
you
a
like
little.
that?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so what, you think
Yeah.
that an AI is gonna program the game instead of a human?
Well, yeah, because it'll be able to pull the programming from different types of codes and move things around, change them really, really quickly, and then create whatever you want it to. For example, artificial intelligence can create artificial biomes. So you can create artificial landscapes that are completely made out of AI. And I am 100% with you on this, which is where you take away, it's great to have as a tool, but it becomes a replacement of humanity. You have all of these people that are working really hard and you can see their craft being put into it and then it's just being replaced.
Yeah, it would kinda create, like, an outline, and then you could put more human touches on it if you wanted, you know?
People are going to want that because the thing that we loved about these games was the people that designed them for us. Why we remember them, why they were so cool, and why they kind of made our childhood was because the people that designed them worked really hard and they were really passionate in what they did. Because programmers, ones working on games, are very passionate people. They have to be. They're
Mm,
working 16, 17 hours a day sometimes.
yeah, I it's not something that I know a whole lot about. I know quite a bit about going and watching movies, playing some games, stuff like that. But I
Love
honestly I've
this.
never known, like, anybody who well, I knew somebody who programmed games, but they never talked to me about it. They had created, like, an app that was really successful.
They don't like to talk about, well, some of them don't like to talk about it because that's all they do. And
They're,
then
like,
they,
sick of it, yeah, they're, like, tired of it. My ex really, really liked games, both of them, unfortunately. It's
why is that
fine.
unfortunate?
For me, I really wanted somebody who knew how to have balance between being a hermit crab and being social because I was much younger. I wanted to be social, so it
There are
was
people that are
unfortunate.
gamers and socialize.
Yeah, that wasn't my boyfriend.
Oh damn.
Yeah, it sucked. I
It's
mean, he
just,
didn't even socialize with me, you know?
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's kind of strange because there are people that will hate on people that play video games and people that do that for a living.
I
I don't
don't.
I don't know. I don't because I appreciate them. Like they kind of made my childhood. Yes, there was a lot of negative experiences with video games, but there was also a lot of positive experiences with video games. And I don't know, they make your, they kind of make your mind work. That's one thing that I always loved about it is like it makes your mind kind of sit there and be like, okay, I got to do this or otherwise I'm going to fucking die. Like I got to get that to be able to overcome that. You're figuring out all of these tactical skills. So I
Mhm.
come from the idea of where it could be really actually good for you sometimes if you're going to relax, play a video game, have fun.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes it can be a really good escape, like a healthy
Oh fuck
escape.
yeah.
We used to spend a lot of our time playing video games in the winter because it wasn't really very easy to have outdoor activities or we had plenty of outdoor activities. It's just, you can only be out there for so long. And so because it was winter, it's freezing cold, there's snow everywhere, it's shitty. There's a lot of time spent inside. So, and then we'd have Christmas time, and you'd get your new games. And I remember getting games for Christmas time and really not getting a whole lot of time to play them until like spring break. Spring break was like, finally I have a fucking moment since, the new year started. And I mean, we all just did spring break, and it's kind of like it's spring break right now, or it had been for me, and it's like slowly coming to an end. Or for some people, I'm not sure what their spring break schedule is, but it's also Easter and Passover. So usually this is the time that they give people off school because a lot of families need to do family stuff or whatever. But a lot of people, they get to relax, they get to play games.
I like this
One of
time of
the
year.
Yeah, I like springtime. Yeah, it's really nice. It always kind of feels like you're close to the summer, so you feel like you're close to like you're close, and it's like, what is summer these days? Well, there is a nice vibe about
Scorching
summer.
heat, sweat, sunburns,
I like it.
screaming kids, melting ice cream,
I like summer.
boiling hot sidewalks where you can't walk barefoot, blazing hot sun that boils your car, takes
Yeah,
30
yeah.
minutes for you to cool down.
Honestly, all the hot, like, sweating and, like,
I
feeling
live
kinda
down
coo
here in Florida, so our humidity is like all the way up to like 80% in the summer. And you're just like, I did not ask for a sauna for 16 hours. And it goes all the way until like 12 o'clock at night. It is humid until 12 o'clock at night. It is disgusting.
I hate mosquitoes. I mean, that's what yeah. Luckily, by, like, the ocean, there are not as many mosquitoes, but I have, like, new swimsuits, and I want, like, some reason to wear them. Um, I really wanna take Louis on a vacation for his birthday, and I've been trying to figure out, like, where to go, where I can stay. I want somewhere that doesn't mind me having him, like, near the pool.
You should go to Baja,
Um,
California.
I don't know where to go, but I was
You should
like,
go to you should go to Baja, California.
I wanna be in my swimsuit more often, like, this summer, and I'm like, "Okay, I guess I can save those swimsuits for next summer." Okay, like, seriously, next summer, if I'm not broke, life's gonna be good because I will have, like, completed my requirements,
Mm,
and so, like, I'll be like, "Hey, let's party," because like, I'm, like, done. It's, like, my break in between, like, requirements and, like, nursing school, you know?
hmm It's basically where I spent all of these hours with anxiety and elevated heart rate of waiting for test results and all of this information that's just another language from another planet.
Yeah.
And it's just okay, I'm ready, because that's what it is. I mean, honey, I've been on this trip with you. And ladies and gents and non-binaries, it has been an absolute trip, because I know, like, for you it's been, oh my
Mm.
god, Dave, I don't know. I'm gonna
It
like
has
so
all the time. I watch these fucking videos of myself, but, like a year and a half ago, where I was, like, doing, like, a video log, and I was talking about the difficulties that I was having with my anatomy class, and I was, like, heartbroken. Like, I had been, like, crying for, like, a day because, I was so scared. And it's just, like, crazy how far I've made it and where I am now, but I still have a lot to do. And I have no money.
so does most of America, honey. Welcome to the 2020s, ladies and gents and
Yeah.
non-binaries.
I really enjoy the whole spring break situation. I wanted to talk about spring break, and I
I
wanted to
know.
talk about, like, how I had friends that, like, used to go skiing for spring break, um, and I've only ever been skiing one time. Have you ever gone?
I went once.
You went skiing one time. Me too. I fell down the hill so violently.
Mm-mm, I never fell.
Oh, I did.
But it's personally, would I ever do it again? Maybe. Is it something I would pay money to get on a plane and fly out to do? No.
I've been snowboarding before, like, a few times. Like, snowboarding's a little bit better, but yeah, for me, like, I don't really like being in the snow
I've done
exactly. I
I've
don't
done
know.
we've both like we both I grew up with snow 20 years and coal and
Yeah, I
you
don't know.
know,
I mean, it is kinda pretty and stuff,
it
and, like, I
is.
would
It
go,
is.
but honestly, it kinda scares me, like, the snowboarding thing, like,
I would
sliding
take
down.
ice
I mean, I would
skating.
do it.
I would take ice
Yeah.
like I
Ooh.
rather prefer doing I love ice skating. Um one of the things that I would love to do once I my leg heals is I love roller skating and ice skating and
Mhm.
bowling and I I used to be a very like out there person, actually like exercising and doing these
Active, yeah.
yeah, active and physical activities and I stopped for a long time. And it's strange cuz now when, I have an injury and I did physical therapy today and I was just like thinking of I need this leg to work the fucking way I need it to work
Yeah.
because this is not okay. And the thing about being able to overcome that is the pain. I it's painful like doing all of these exercises and being able to heal. But that's the thing though, like you were saying with the struggle that you were going through with school, unfortunately, most things in life that you need to work and accomplish to gonna be painful. It's gonna hurt.
Ooh. Yeah, it's like the results are great. Like,
Mhm.
sometimes that's all you have to pay attention to is that the
Yeah.
results the just pay attention to the results,
And
like,
you're seeing the progress too, right?
yeah, kinda. I don't have any finished results yet. I mean, a little bit here and there, but
Uh,
that's
okay.
kinda it. It's
Give
been spring break,
yourself.
so I've been on break, like, I've been, like, away,
I
and it's
know.
really nice, like, I dig it. I can't say that I played any games during my break. I heard that there's, like, a new Zelda coming out.
I don't have the money
Um,
for that. It's gonna be like over $100. Just watch.
it's, like, fucking crazy. I
I
don't
know.
know. Easter's
S-
tomorrow. I have some friends that are, like, having a barbecue, but I just don't know if I'm gonna make it. Um, and I think I'm just gonna hang out with Louis and just, like, study and work on schoolwork.
Did I tell you?
Um,
Did I tell you about my plans? This is so funny.
yeah,
I it,
you told me a little bit, yeah.
so in our building because we are believers of just like all those wonderful sitcoms in the '70s where you actually talk to your neighbors. I actually interact and mingle with my neighbors, and we actually have like a little group. And my neighbor two doors down, they're a couple, Wally and Alex, and they're doing an Easter dinner tomorrow. And Wally is roasting a ham, a 1950s roaster.
A
So
1950s roaster was
roaster,
what caught me. I was like, "Roasting a what? A ham in a 1950s roaster?
roaster that belonged to his grandma, I believe.
How many people are gonna be there?"
Just it's gonna be a small congregation, just us.
Oh my god, Louis snoring, like, so loud. He's sleeping so deeply.
Good for him. I mean, Twixie's also sleeping. For any of our new listeners, we are pet parents, and our pets play a very vital role to this podcast. So Louis is our director of Lost in the Groove, and Twixie is our producer. So,
Yeah, director and
and
producer.
producers are our little fur babies.
Louis tells us what to do.
Yes, with his barking and
Yeah, he's super drained because I took him to a pug party today. One of the pugs was dressed in a like a chicken outfit, and then two of the other pugs were dressed in dresses. And
because they're
Lou,
divas. They're little divas.
there were some diva pugs there for sure. It was
Jesus.
pretty bomb. Mm.
I
Then I
always lo-
came.
I always love that because it's very cute because dogs, especially when you're a pet parent. I was talking this over earlier because I had Twixie over at the vet for her annual appointment. They're your kids. Yeah, they're not your human kids, but they're your kids. And they play such a crucial part in your life because they help you stay happy, they help you have a routine and a schedule.
I didn't tell you about like I had this app on my phone that's like a sleep tracker,
Mhm.
and it tracks like my sleeping schedule. Louis snoring so loud right now. But it like it knows when I've fallen asleep, and then it knows when I wake up,
Mhm.
and it can kind of tell like when I toss and turn and stuff, and then it'll record when I snore. But I don't snore, so it's recording Louis snoring because Louis is, like, right on my chest when I sleep, and it seriously records Louis snoring every 10 minutes, and I listen to the recordings. They're fucking hilarious, dude. Like, they're so good.
I love this. Oh my
They
god.
sound like fucking farts is what they
Ah,
sound like.
oh my god.
It sounds like Louis farting. Here, let me see if I can
Oh,
find
I
it.
have the same thing. My bed records when I sleep, and
Do you hear it?
wait, you got to put
Wait.
it in the front, not on the
Okay, hold.
side, in the front. I can't hear a thing.
You couldn't hear it? I could hear it.
You send me a clip, I'll put it over I'll put it over here. I'll just write down the time.
Yeah, let me try it one more time.
Uh, okay, so that's oh my god.
Wait, here's one. There's some that are, like, really good, like okay, wait. That's my dog snoring.
That's so it's
I
beautiful.
loved it. I opened up the app in the morning and there were, like, 20 recordings of my dog snoring, and I was like, "I love this fucking app," like and it said that he has a severe snoring problem. But it doesn't think that it's him, it thinks it's me. And so it said that I have sleep apnea. It made David laugh really hard.
Can you imagine like a CPAP machine for the dog? Oh my god, like a little tiny like
Oh my god, I can see that for
mask.
for some dogs, like some French bulldogs, their, like, whole breathing system's really fucked up, you
Oh my
know?
god. Do you have sleep apnea, honey?
Not me, Louis does. He'll be, like, sleeping, and then he'll, like, wake up from, like, his snore, like,
Oh
he's
my
like,
god.
you know, like, "Oh my god, what's going on?" No, I mean, he's just sleeping right now. He probably just needs even more regular exercise. I feel like that would, like, fix everything.
Well, the thing about it is with pugs, it's just because of the inbreeding and how they've been developed over the years, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that they're uh, that part just collapsed. because they used to actually have a snout. Like if you look at,
It's not only that it collapsed, I mean, on some of them it collapsed, but, like, I think, like yeah, maybe the word collapse means that, like, the actual tunnels are super, super narrow, like, where the air passes through, and then, it's like they got stuff in there, there's tissue and there's, glands and all kinds of, like there's even hair inside of there, and it's like, it's a very small passageway for stuff to get through there. They get congested, it could just be, like, impossible for them to breathe. I don't know. But I
well,
know
they,
there's not a lot of room, I've heard they're not supposed to go on the airplanes.
well, you take them on the airplanes anyway.
The French bulldogs, I'm talking about French
Oh,
bulldogs.
French bulldogs.
Louis, he's, like, not 100% purebred, so he's opened his eyes like, "What the fuck?" He his nose is, like, a little bit more outward than, like, totally flat. He has a little bit of a bridge,
Yeah, he does.
just a little bit of a bridge.
It's really cool though. If you ever seen the pictures of what pugs looked like in the 1800s, it looks like a completely different dog.
Yeah,
It's
they're a little bit different.
wild. Yeah, they actually like have the snout. Their ears are kind of lowered. Like they're not
Yeah,
as
that's
high.
true.
Because Louis, he has his ears like kind of on his side and kind of
Oh,
like
he's so
flop.
cute.
They flop down.
You got floppy ears.
He's got floppy ears. He's
He's
got
always
like,
been a floppy boy.
yeah, and he always has like one ear that like flops back and
Yeah,
like
one ear
stays. Yeah.
he'll have one ear that, like, flips open and, like, stays that way. His
Oh my
ears are just,
god,
like, big like a big floppy mess, like Jar
they
Jar
are.
Binks.
You know they brought back Zsa. I haven't watched The Mandalorian because I don't get any more Disney Plus for free.
Yeah,
So
you only had it for, like, 1 year or something?
yeah, through Verizon. And I told you this, I have a rule because there's so many subscriptions. I usually only get them like HBO Max is I get paid by AT&T. Great.
Uh, are you gonna
Netflix,
watch HBO Max? I wanna watch the new Harry Potter movie. I wanna watch the new Harry Potter I mean, I wanna watch the first Harry Potter movie. It's not new at all. The oldest Harry Potter movie. I wanna watch it. And they said that it was on HBO.
it is.
Where?
I know.
Okay. What do you try to do with your subscriptions? You just try not to have very many? Is that what's up?
Well, I try to be able to consolidate them in a way where other subscriptions that I'm doing pay for them. So for anyone that's listening, when you have like bills through your phone plan, your internet, they have bundles. Like for example, T-Mobile, they pay for our Netflix
Hmm.
and they pay for the Apple TV Plus. So I get both of those for free through Netflix,
Apple TV
which is
Plus.
absolutely amazing. Apple TV Plus is it's it's great because I don't know. I like they have some really horrible shows. There's a lot of horrible shows, but there's a lot of really good shows if you find them. But yeah, it's they kind of have just like this mix. But what I did want to touch base with you on and go back to HBO Max was they had Elvis. That's where I watched Elvis was on HBO
Oh.
Max, and it was good. I told you, like it was. I mean, it's not like the greatest Elvis movie I ever watched. Like it's good. It's good.
My mom said that because she went and saw the Elvis movie, and I asked her, like, "What'd you think?" And she was like, "Well, I feel like they focus too much on, like, the business aspect of things."
Well, they shed a light. Wow, wow. That's our producer Twixie. Twix
They shed
on
light on the business aspect of things, yeah.
well, the hard truth about Elvis is fame broke him, and his the person that was managing him was a piece of shit.
Shitbag.
He was a shitbag. He was a horrible human being that drugged Elvis, got him addicted to all of these pills and all of these drugs, and ruined his life. Basically, killed his mother. So it sheds that light, and the same way that Judy Garland kind of shed that light too. It's a lesson to be learned that just because somebody's famous, oh my goodness,
We got
Louis.
dogs.
Oh
That scene from 101 Dalmatians where
my
they
god,
all
yes.
communicate across the
Oh my god.
neighborhood. That's what's happening. They're all barking. I can hear them on both sides of the house now.
But
Other people's dogs all talking to each other.
getting back to when you're dealing with people that are famous, people want to paint this picture like, oh, their life is perfect. They don't have to worry about money. Da, da, da. When you see these people in the past and what happened to them, you realize that no, life happens. The universe works and functions the same way to every single creature, no matter your status.
Oh, my mom told me some story about the girl that played Juliet in the first Romeo and Juliet movie. The one in like the 70s or whatever. She was like a nobody.
50s.
It was crazy, but like something happened and they took all her money. I don't even know. My mom was just, I mean, things happen and people are like really famous and then, they're just completely poor.
Snow White,
Um,
the woman that voiced Snow White in the 1937 Walt Disney film, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. She
yeah.
basically she got no royalties, no credits. She never was able to be in anything besides that movie because of her contract. So
Oh, yeah, I heard that story. I
so
remember that.
she was really fucked by the Walt Disney Company.
Oh, it's so disgusting.
It really is.
Yeah, Snow White is an interesting story. I feel like we were kind of like ripping it apart the other day. Oh, the dogs are talking again.
Oh, leave him
Um,
alone. Let him bark away. Hopefully, this voice editing software on Zencaster. Shout out to you guys. Zencaster is,
Zencaster.
yeah, they're a really big supporter of bringing podcasts like ours to light, and we're trying to use their platform because honestly, like the audio we were listening before, it's a lot better. So we're up in our quality. But let Louis
Oh,
bark away, the cutie. Kind of makes the podcast what it is.
yeah, you think so? I don't know. It kind of reminds me of just like trashy people who just like let their dogs like go nuts.
Mm-hmm. We all
He's just
trash.
one dog. At least I don't have like a billion like big dogs and they're like insane.
Well, I'm sorry. What we were what we were touching base on, I lost track. Cause
We had just
oh,
talked about spring break and I mean there are many different topics that we had covered, but we
oh
had
my
gotten
god,
distracted by Louis,
we
I
definitely
think.
have gotten distracted by Louis, and I think it's been an hour.
I know, I was saying I was like, I guess we'll wrap this one up. But it
Yes,
was a good podcast. Next week, this week I wanted to have an ADHD episode. That's what I told you. I was like, I want to just dance around and talk about like a million different things and just like see
that's
where it takes
pretty
us.
much what we did.
And that's
Yeah,
what we did, and
yeah.
that's good. I like that. I don't know. It's always good hanging out with you, David. Do you think
To,
that you'll roller skate again? You want to roller skate again?
I want to wear heels again. That's my goal.
Oh, yeah, you want to wear heels again.
I'm a man that I love heels,
Yeah.
and I'm proud of my gender, my genitals. Yeah.
Did you see that one Instagram person that I sent you that does all the jumping in heels? Isn't that insane? Yeah, that person. I watched like a billion videos on their Instagram and it was just like mind blowing. And then I showed a bunch of them to my coworkers and stuff. This person on Instagram just like is so mesmerizing to watch. They can jump so high in these like
So,
big ass heels.
do you know how I learned how to wear heels?
What?
A New York choreographer that happened to be gay, adorable, uh, had me wear 6-inch stilettos on a treadmill, not holding on to any bars,
Yeah, on a treadmill. Ugh.
right? And of course, I wasn't on crazy speeds. Okay, we're talking about like like a normal. But the idea was, he said this is you learn to use your back of your foot, your heel, to apply pressure, and that's how you walk. And the treadmill allows you to do that. And you go one, two, and it's so amazing because if you see all of these performers, and I'm just like, they learned how to wear heels. They
Yeah,
put
that
in the
person's a
work.
performer. That
Yes.
person's a performer for sure. And they do this, like, call out where they're like, it happens in, like, every video, and it just, like, makes me die of laughter. Like, I was just like, "Oh my gosh, it's so out there that, like, I can't." I'm just mesmerized by it. It's been a while since I've seen something on, like, TikTok or Instagram where I'm just like, "Whoa," like, mind blown.
Bum, bum, bum. But
Bum, bum,
anyway, for all
bum.
y'all wonderful, wonderful people out there, be sure to like and subscribe before be a part of this groovy family. And if you want to learn more about our wonderful host, Carissa, who happens to be a makeup artist, fully licensed esthetician, candle maker, and pug lover, you can find her at Chris the Beautiful on Instagram. Yeah. And if you want to learn more and get lost in the groove, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Lost in the Groove Pod. So with that, ladies and gents, we bid you farewell.
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 I bid you farewell.
All right. Bye, everybody.